Hey, it's one of these weekly updates on this RPG that I've been working on for about a year called Day of Apotheosis. I had to take a few weeks off, A, for family stuff, and B, because I had to work on that Homestuck video essay. Anyway, what I've done since the last release of the game is I've installed a few plugins. I've got this plugin that makes the shops work better. I installed a New Game Plus plugin, which will be useful for seeing some of the content, like the early day epilogues, although the game has to be beatable before I can do the New Game Plus, and working on that. Also, let me pull up the stats screen. You see the stat down here. It's called Corruption. What that does in battle is it gives a boost to your damage and a reduction to the damage you take. Not as much as attack or defense, but it plays a factor. And the thing about corruption is that it is raised by the story. For instance, on day one, where Hevel dies, that gives a 10-point boost to Peak's corruption because he's kind of being drawn to the dark side. He's torn up inside. Shada's death does a big boost to Gonbold's corruption. All the different characters have things in the story that make them become more and more corrupted. A side effect of this is that normal enemies, which are the monsters, which are basically wild animals, they have low corruption, which makes fighting them easier. But the bosses, like Apotheosis and his demon minions, they got high corruption. They had enough corruption for them to become demons in their backstory. Other things I did is I reworked how stat buffs work. Instead of being done by RPG Maker's normal buffs and debuffs, it is now all the status condition. Now all of the stat buffs are just status conditions. Like there's a lowered attack status condition, there's a lowered defense status condition instead of buffs because there's more flexibility and it looks better with the graphics plugins I've got. Also, I introduced New Game Plus, even though the game isn't actually beatable. It might be beatable on day 5, I'm not sure. I don't know. Also, I redid some of these variables that pop up when you pull up the save. Like now it says how many lieutenants you've killed. That should be 4 because there's 4 lieutenants left. I'll fix that. Also, you know what? Actually, you don't know what one of the keywords. Anyway, the point is game development's going good. By next week, I would like to have day 6, which has a new quest introduced that day. I would like to have that done. Cool. This video's over now.